Time once again for current events, and joining us is Martin Kidston, the editor of the Missoula Current. Martin, I know you've been following Missoula's progress, or at least an attempt at progress on the affordable housing front. Where are we at with the Rivara project? That's the one over on Scott Street?
Yeah, so the city bought 19 acres over off of Scott Street back in 2019 for $6.6 million. They're using half of that, roughly 9 acres, in a private-public partnership with Rivara LLC to develop housing on that. Of that 9 acres, 3 acres have been set aside in a land trust as permanently affordable and attainable housing. And the deal on that 3 acres shows the complexity of trying to get affordable housing built in Missoula. And there's a lot of moving parts on that deal with land giveaways, city loans, development partnerships, and organizing the land trust itself and who's going to manage and operate that. It's a very complex thing, and the city's closer to finalizing that, and we'll see how that ends up at the end and where the costs lie. But the end goal is to provide housing for those earning 120% of the area median income, which will bring housing a lot closer to a lot more people who qualify for housing in Missoula.
Now, Habitat for Humanity is also in the mix here. They've received some funding from the city's Affordable Housing Trust Fund. What's their intent with that money?
Yeah, so the Affordable Housing Trust Fund will give about $190,000 in this year's funding round to Habitat for Humanity. They're going to use that to place 2 modular homes on foundations out in East Missoula. Of course, that money's hard to come by and it's limited, and there's a lot of applicants who want a share of that money. And again, it shows the complexity and the cost of providing housing in Missoula.
And the Grant Creek project, this is something that sounds like there's going to be some turmoil with this, how big this project is going to be, how many units are there, and that's all coming to a head pretty soon?
Yeah, so this week they'll begin hearing developer zoning requests for Lower Grant Creek. They want to put quite a few apartments in there, roughly 700. That's a little more than current zoning allows, but it's less than what overall zoning would allow. And the odd thing is last week, the city approved a 20-lot subdivision on Greeno Heights, and they lamented the fact that that project didn't have enough density. So we will see if the city council is true to its word and if they actually support more density, because that's what this particular developer will be requesting on Lower Grant Creek Road.
Is there going to be some fireworks involved with this? What's your gut feeling on that?
I believe so. Last time we went through this, the Grant Creek neighborhood got pretty organized, and they convinced the city council to kick back the zoning request. It was the first and only time that I can remember that the city council has denied a zoning request to increase density. So we'll see if that neighborhood's successful for the second time, or if the city council is true that it really wants an increase in density.
And as we say from time to time on this segment, to be continued, I guess, huh, Martin?
We'll see. It will be continued. It'll probably be a protracted discussion.
All right, very good. Well, Martin, thank you for that update. I know that's a complicated issue. We appreciate you straightening it out for us. Thanks so much.
Hey, have a great week. Thank you.